Hello, medieval history students. Mrs. Paskogan here. We are starting a new project. Yay! And for those of you who haven't finished your last project on the Silk Road and globalization, make sure you get your products in, your final products ASAP, okay, as soon as possible. And if you're having any problems or you have questions or concerns, don't hesitate to contact me. Okay, so let's move on now. Today we're going to focus on our next project, and I have a little just introduction to it. It's about honor codes and values, because that is what this project is all about. A look at feudal honor codes, the values they represented, and how we can act to support our own values today. So what I like about Summit is everything it has you work on, it really is authentic. In other words, it makes it real. It ties stuff in. You learn about the past and it ties it into the present. So, and we'll explain this as we go on here. So, first off, I just want you to think, what is an honor code? What does that even mean? What is an honor code? Well, here we go. An honor code is a set of rules or ethical principles governing a community based on ideals that define what constitutes honorable behavior within that community. So you see words that you know, rules, think principles, think, values, ethics, ethical, is acting the right way, doing the right thing. So the set of rules or ethical principles governing a community, so a group, based on the ideals that define, or in other words, the ideals that are important to that group. So what are different types of honor codes that you know of? Can you think of some different examples? What is our school's honor code? Because yes, we have one and you already signed it at the start of the year. So where can we look to find out? So here is, click on this link here. I'll give you my slides. You can click on this, but you will also find this in your 6E lesson that you should be working on for this week. So this is the lesson we're working on, 6E Honor Codes and Values Introduction lesson. And the learning target for this is I can explain how honor codes reflect the values of the community. Okay, so right now we're focusing on the engage. We're talking about honor codes and where can we find out what our honor code is. Okay, so our honor code, and it's right here actually in the Explore section. Here is the CPDLF honor code. And you, this should be in your handbook, and you would have signed this and turned this in at the beginning of the year. And it's a pledge. And I'll let you read through this as you go through the lesson, but here are our values here. I will check my email account and stay informed of school-wide announcements every day while school is in session. I will respond to communication from CPDLF staff within 24 hours. I will participate in the CPDLF educational program with honesty. That's a big one. Honesty and academic integrity by submitting my own work. In other words, you won't copy and paste work from other sites or pass work off from other people and use it as your own. I will attend my scheduled appointments. So your check-ins, your live lessons. I will be respectful in my interactions with CPDLF staff and learners. So those are our values then, right? This is our honor code. Okay. So in this project, you are going to work a lot with this idea of honor codes and values. And you're going to be examining the feudal honor codes of Bushido. I know you probably don't know what these words are, but you're going to learn of Bushido in Japan and chivalry in Europe. So you're going to be looking at Japan and Europe in this. As an introduction, you will first learn more about honor codes and values in our own lives. So I kind of got you started here. You're going to go through the Explore section, read about our school honor code. Going to watch a short video about honor codes at colleges. I picked Penn State because, of course, I'm from Penn State. I'm a Penn State alum. Then you're going to do this T-chart on our CPDLF honor code. So based on our honor code, you're going to put the expectations down of student behavior on this side. And then for each of those behaviors, what do you think our school values are based on this expectation? Okay, so like, for example, one of them is, I will check my email account and stay informed of school-wide announcements every day while school is in session. So that would be one that you would put in there right here. And then what do you think our school values are based on that expectation? So what do you think that shows we value? If we want you to check your email account every day and stay informed about what's going on when in session. So, a value of staying informed and being accountable. Accountability is important to us. That's a value, that you're doing your work, you know what needs to be done, and you're staying on top of it. So that's what you're going to do for that. Then you're going to answer the explain, and everything you just answer right here, okay? Which of these values you personally hold? Which of your own values are not represented? Is there something that's not in our honor code that you personally believe in? Then you're going to take this short true or false quiz. For the elaborate, it says write some expectations for behavior that you would include that represent values you hold but are not currently part of the honor code. So you will put that in here. You just have to type that up there. And then again, the self-assessment, you should be used to this. You pick one of these boxes and then you answer this right here. What did you like best about working on this assignment? You could just leave some spaces underneath there and you type right in and then you will click submit. Let me just go back here though. Okay, we talked about this. Okay, so we will be coming back to the values you think are important later on in this project. So make sure you save this list and add to it if you think of any more that are important to you as we continue. But just want to give you a quick overview of what you're going to do in this project, and then I'll let you get started. So it's an inquiry based on the honor codes for knights. So you're talking about the medieval knights and the samurai in Japan, and the values these codes represented in their feudal societies. Examination of the values that are important to you and how the decisions we make economically, so in other words, what we buy and where we spend our money, can better support our values. So this is where we're getting now into, you're going to learn historically about these values and honor codes, comparing the samurai and the knights, but then you're going to get into taking this now into something practical today in your own lives. We're going to look at values that are important to you and how you spend your money and, like what do you buy? How does that support your values? And then you're going to do some research into companies and products that support your values. And then lastly, you're going to do a creation of a PSA, a public service announcement that helps inform people on products they can buy to support the values you choose to research. And then here are the cognitive skills that you'll be assessed on: argumentative claim, which you have been working with already, selection of evidence, selecting relevant sources, identifying patterns and relationships. This is pretty cool, multimedia and communication and integration of evidence. So you're going to get a chance to have a little fun and use your creativity in this project with your PSA. So again, here it is. Here is we're now on feudal honor codes and values. I'm going to get together a pacing guide for you. But yeah, you can see there are checkpoints here. I'll expect you to do a checkpoint of theirs a week and one of mine. So you'll be doing a total of 2 checkpoints, one of my weekly lessons and then one of the summit ones. And you'll see you have a power focus area, what was medieval Japan like? And then you have one additional one, what was medieval Europe like? I would like you to do both. And then here are the three stars, or your 3 end products. And here's that one, the public service announcement, that I think is pretty cool, where you get to design a public service announcement. Okay, so we'll be working on this for the next several weeks. If you have any questions or concerns, you know where to find me.